Hi, my name is Ria. I'm 26 years old and I'm the owner of Aware of Royalty. Hobbies are singing, poetry, and pretty much anything that has to do with fashion. To be honest, the reason why I chose a profession is first, I love fashion. I love clothes. I love the way clothes makes me feel. I enjoy making other people feel great. And also I found that it's not only the clothes aspect of the day that matters, it's the entire day. So event planning, making sure your brand is exactly what you want it to be. So the rebranding aspect. So yeah, that's why I chose the profession that I'm in. I enjoy making people feel great, look great, and make sure that their company pretty much grows to whatever they want it to. So yeah, that's why I chose the profession that I'm in right now. The obstacles that I feel like I've faced have been the ones that I've created for myself, if that makes any sense. You are your own worst critic and you are your own worst enemy, especially when it comes down to creating something that you've wanted for so long. You pretty much make excuses for things not to happen, and that was my biggest obstacle, is pushing past my own apprehensions and actually leaving it in God's hands to make sure my company got to where it was supposed to be. I feel like that was my biggest obstacle, is getting out of my own head, pretty much. The steps that I took to get where I am right now was first and foremost understand what my vision was, and understand what I was doing it for. As well, I need to understand that this company is not only about me, and I feel like that was one thing that I had to put on paper. It's not only about me. No matter what I want to do, at the end of the day, I have to put it in God's hands and make sure that was the first and foremost thing in the front of this whole thing. I feel like that was a step that I had to take as well. I had to start making goals and achieving them no matter what. Building my own website and saying, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find the website I want and I'm gonna do it myself. Like, I had to do that on my own because I said I am the one that has the vision and I know what's in my head. So I feel like putting it on paper was a major step, and also getting out of my own way, again, major step, and making sure that I understood the purpose of what I was doing and who I was doing it for. Yeah, I feel like that was some major steps that I had to take to excel and push myself forward. Main skills that you need in this business is listening skills. That is number one, because whether the client tells you outright what they want, if you fully listen to them, more than likely you'll get a picture. As well, you need to be able to be humble enough to ask questions, and ask enough questions, and knowing what questions to ask will also really help. And as well, paying attention to the details and having proper time management. Like, those things will benefit you so far, especially dealing with a client's big day like their wedding or stuff like that, because you're dealing with an event that is very important to them. So you have to make sure that's happening, whether it's their clothing, because not every person's comfortable with the same type of clothing. So you have to know what they're looking for, and the person's actual branding of their company as well. You have to know what the company is supposed to say about the person and what the company is all about, whether it's on paper or not. Those things are very, very important. So listening is key when it comes down to dealing with the company and the career path that I've chosen. The favorite part of my career, I don't know if there's one favorite part, but the main thing for me, to be honest, is the end product. And it's not because it's over, but it's because I finally get to see everything that's in my head in front of me. And that's the awesome part. And as well, seeing the client's face when they finally get what they've been looking for, and knowing that you're the one who did it, that is like the most rewarding thing for me. The least favorite, I don't know if I do have one, to be honest. It's sometimes when I don't get every single detail exactly how I want it. I feel like that's the frustrating part. But it's always a journey, and you have to go through those obstacles and those little bumps, I guess, to get to the end. But I feel like that's my least favorite part, is when I want to do something so bad and I'm not getting it in that exact moment when I want to. Sometimes I have to just step away and like breathe and come back. But like, yeah, I feel like that's like the only part for me which is like a bit frustrating sometimes, is not getting the exact details that you're looking for. But I feel like you'll always get there, and I feel like that's the only thing for me that's like a frustration, if I could even call it that. A day in my life is I wake up. First and foremost, I check my emails, making sure I've gotten through all of them, contact any clients I need to contact, and then I pretty much get to work. I put my headphones on, I speak to my team, my editing team, stuff like that, and we have a pretty much conversation about what the goals are, what clients need to get taken care of, stuff like that, and then we get to work. It's just, we just get in there and we gotta get done. That's pretty much it for my day. And I don't stop until maybe 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes, because sometimes I won't stop until I'm done. Because when I have an idea, I just wanted to get it on paper, and then I'm just constantly moving. So my day starts at about maybe sometimes 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I finish around sometimes 4 a.m. depending on what's in my head and when I want to stop, because of course it is my passion and I do love it so much, to the point where sometimes my worst enemy and I don't really get much sleep, but that's my life and I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. My long-term career goal is creating a legacy that will live after me. I feel like that is it. That is my end goal. Making sure that every single person that I've touched in my life has benefited in a positive way, to the point where when I am gone, my children will benefit, my family will benefit, and my actual company would have made an impact beyond just the scope of event planning or rebranding or styling, but it'll be going into giving scholarships to children, making sure they can go to art school and they can do their profession. That's my main thing, making a legacy that lives beyond just me and can be carried on to my family and my children's children at that. The way I maintain work-life balance is keeping an agenda and keeping a calendar. Because when I set an alarm, I wake up in the morning, I say set an alarm for 2 p.m. and I will be my cutoff. I have to be able to pretty much set a reminder for myself, because if I don't, I will be trapped in my laptop or trapped in my phone or trapped on a call all day, to the point where I don't really get any time for myself, because I am also furthering education as well, so I'm pushing myself even further. So that's how I have to balance it. I have to create an agenda and create a calendar for myself to make sure this is the time set out for this event, this is the time set out for this shoot, this is the time set out for this project, and make sure I stick to that and not really waver from it, if I can. To be honest with you, it's gonna sound cheesy, but the person who inspires me the most is my grandmother. She passed away, but before she passed, she was one of the most hardworking women I have ever seen. She would come from Jamaica, come here, spend 6 months with all of her grandkids, make sure we're all taken care of, go back to Jamaica, take care of my grandpa that was sick, and it wasn't a moment where she missed a step. And that honestly motivates me to push and keep pushing, to pretty much make her proud at the end of the day. Yeah, that is the main person that motivates me, especially in my life right now. The main thing that motivates me, honestly, is my family. And I'm not just talking blood family, I'm talking about extended family, people that I consider family. Anything I can do to make someone else feel encouraged or feel great. And the fact that I can also use my company to push other people in my life, that keeps me motivated. That makes me want to do more, push harder, work harder. Yeah, that's honestly the main thing for me, is knowing that I have the opportunity to make someone else's life better. So yeah, that's what keeps me motivated. My major advice to someone that wants to get into the company that I'm in, which is pretty much dealing with a brand or a person's life in general, is don't rush. No one else's timing is your timing. Everyone has a process, everyone has a time frame that they work with, and if you really want to do something and you really love it, it is your time and your time will come. Don't rush. Don't look at anyone else to the left or to the right of you. Look forward. Motivate yourself, push through, work hard, and spend the time, and it will pay off. My biggest mistake as a person that was going into this is comparing myself to others. The evil of comparison is the number one mistake that people make in starting a company. Make sure you stay focused. Love yourself enough to walk away from a project. Don't get too frustrated. And just take your time getting there. Don't rush it. When you rush it, you miss details, you miss everything. Take your time, be a realistic human, and love yourself enough to know that it will come. Your time will come, and you will do great, and you will be amazing at whatever you're doing. Just put your mind to it, work hard, and be dedicated. Okay? Your time will come.